Yeah, hell yeah. What? It's September what?
Saturday the 14th, Sunday the 15th.
September?
Yeah, next month. It's like 3 weeks away.
Donkey!
I have people coming to visit.
No
Donkey!
way.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
I'm not going to play in the NRG.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Common Ground Podcast, your favorite podcast where we talk about your favorite format, Pauper. This is episode 40, the second time for us. We had a little audio
That's right,
mishap.
baby.
Yeah, that was fun. We lost audio at the last. I went to go save the project. The Audacity crashed on me. Yeah, I'm just like, it didn't, like, it's like, hey, it crashed. Do you want to recover this audio? And I'm like, yes, please. And it's like, too bad. I'm like, well, why did you tell me? He like teased me. I am your host, Cameron Schindler, joined as always by Thomas Gillen. What's up? No antidote.
Yo.
Name first.
Happy to be here 24 hours later.
Yeah, how are you doing?
Chat about Pauper. I'm doing all right.
Good.
Got a neat deal potentially going through with a mutual friend of ours, friend of the podcast, to potentially pick up a collection that's here, and I can help him pick it up, bring it back to Nashville, and that's kind of a cool thing in the works potentially.
That's funny.
It's cool.
Also joined by James Hippo Hieronymus. What's poppin'?
Oh, I'm the one who gets the extra name?
You're always Hippo. You're always Hippo.
I am doing okay. Thank you.
Always. Yeah, after Hippo left my apartment last night, and after we got done talking, the three of us, I called Austin just to tell him what happened and be like, hey, hopefully we have a short day tomorrow so I can get recording the podcast again. Yeah, part 2. And he was with his wife, and I'm like, what are you up to? He's like, oh, we're just going to have a fire and roast some hot dogs over the fire. And I'm like, cool, I'm coming over. And he's like, yeah? And I'm like, can I? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, cool, I'm coming over.
Nice.
He's like, cool, invite Hippo. So then Hippo came over too.
Oh, nice.
So we just hung out at a friend's house and roasted some weenies over fire.
Hell yeah.
And watch some sitcoms.
Watch some Community, a couple episodes of Community, which was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Has what's his nuts in it? Who's not a nice Chevy Chase? Who's
what's his nuts?
not a nice person.
He is less than the ideal version of a human being.
Yes. See, speaking of our previous conversation off air of
yes,
artists who are bad people. Chevy Chase, love Christmas Vacation, even though he is
Same.
apparently an ass.
Oh, he is way more than that.
Great. Anyway, the second time we're going to have this conversation, but the first, I guess it is the second time for the listeners too. So the third time we're having this conversation about Downshifts, because it's part 2 of Downshifts. But first, 2 announcements. Announcement 1, I'll take. Next week, we're going to do a hot takes episode. That's not true. Is next week NRG recap?
No, next week is
No.
hot takes.
You're right. Next week is
I
hot
am
takes.
true. I was a week ahead. Next week is the hot take episodes. I was right. So if you haven't already, send us your hottest of takes. I've already looked at a few in the email. We got some hot takes in there. So email those to commongroundmtgpod@gmail.com so we can read your hot take on the pod next week and criticize it or agree with it, because it is a hot take. So
I submitted one.
I'm sure you did. I know what it is already. Announcement number 2. I'll throw it to Thomas.
Announcement number 2. Just another reminder that we do have this Pauper 1K, potentially more, coming up at NRG Louisville. The Pauper event will be Sunday, September 15th. It'll be at about 10:15 a.m. And we're about halfway to the required number for pre-registers. We got 10 pre-registers so far. We need to hit that 20, so it'll fire. We expect that there will probably be some amount of people who are there Saturday and like, oh, there's a Pauper event, I'll sign up. But it would be great to have as many pre-registered as possible. So if you're interested in coming, we've got folks from Nashville all pre-registered, ready to go, on their way. We got some folks from Bowling Green I've chatted with who are, bringing some people up. I've posted in a bunch of Facebook groups in surrounding cities and stuff like that. So we're still excited to have it happen. James and I are going to be there. Sadly, Cameron won't be able to make it. He has some dear friends coming that weekend, and it just kind of the schedule's got a little inconvenient, but they're gonna have a good time anyway.
My friends were going to come to Nashville over the weekend. That whole Microsoft crash thing happened, and then their whole plane thing got canceled. So they bought the tickets for this weekend, and then I didn't realize this was the same weekend as NRG. Well, the NRG thing happened after, so I'm like, crap.
Yeah.
Oh, well. But one of them does play Magic, and we're going to play some Pauper at the Game Cave Saturday. He's going to come join me there.
Yeah.
So that'll be cool. So y'all
For the
meet him.
locals.
Yeah, for the locals. That'll be a pop in locals, I think. So.
I would imagine it would be.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a more packed one, which would be cool, because
It's gonna be a lot of
it
fun.
was funny. He said he's like, I'm excited to see like a bigger game store, and I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, it's cool, because that was like a big mind blower for me when I first moved here. Was like the game store, really, like just like the amount of people. Yeah, which is
Yeah.
it's like nothing like crazy or anything, but it's like pretty normal levels. But like that wasn't a thing for me before.
Out in the middle of nowhere, South Dakota.
Yeah, exactly. Shall we go towards our main topic? How'd you want to do this? Did you just let's start with red? Let's just start about it. The red mage. We're gonna pick back up on downshifts. You got a red card for us, Thomas, creator of the red cube?
So yeah, thank you. So a red card that I would love to see downshifted into Pauper is Young Pyromancer. This is 1 in red for a 2/1 human shaman, and it says that whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, you make a red 1/1 elemental creature token. So I think that a 2-mana 2/1 is kind of a delicate body in the format. It dies to a lot of stuff. It doesn't really block that well. And I think that the 1/1 tokens being on the ground, as it like a card that we got downshifted that's similar is Murmuring Mystic, and that is a more expensive card. It's a bigger body, and the tokens fly, so they kind of like serve different purposes. But I think a bunch of tokens on the ground would be totally fine. I mean, Koldatha makes a bunch of 1/1 tokens on the ground for one spell way faster, so like the format's kind of prepped for stuff like that. That's kind of my thought. I think it would be fine.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's like Pauper already has like, it's a lot of decks already have that safety valve to deal with it. You see Crypt Rats, Cart Clan Shaman already, and then plus like Drown in Sorrows and Fiery Breaths in the board. I could see this being on like the higher echelon of power, but not like in a
Yeah, it would be powerful for sure.
like not in. It wouldn't be what's the word?
I think
I'm
it would
looking
still be
for?
less. I still think it would still be less than Murmuring Mystic. I think Murmuring Mystic's just a far better card, giving context of the format.
Yeah,
think
yeah,
so
it
too,
could
yeah.
be. It could be
Like
tough.
taking back
like
the
playing
initiative,
this,
Monarch, and stuff like that.
Yeah, like playing this on 3 and having like Spell Pierce backup or whatever Blast backup, like in a Scred deck or something.
Mm-hmm.
Either Blast you're playing and then or Spell Pierce or Lightning Bolt if you need to bolt something if they don't try to kill it or something. And you just, it's easier to hold up the protection and play the card at the same time. But like I said, I think it'd be good, but not in an oppressive way.
Yeah. Yeah, like that sort of play pattern could slot into an existing deck, or could potentially kind of create its own Pyromancer style deck too, which I think would be cool, because we don't really have something. We kind of have, like, Terror is like close to that, but it's not like it plays that game much later on in the game with Murmuring Mystic than it would with like a Pyromancer style.
It's such a beloved card. It'd be cool for it to have a
Yeah.
home again, and besides Cube and stuff. What would you rate this one?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and give this a 4. I think this would be totally fine to downshift.
Yeah, I'll give this a 3.5. I could see it. I think this would be super sick.
I'll split the difference at 3.75.
Look at us go. That's hilarious. That's funny.
I think it's a reasonable card.
Hippo, would you like to share to the class your red card of choice?
Sure. So my red card that I would love to see downshift, I think it'd be a super sweet include to the format, is Goblin Ringleader.
Oh,
So Goblin Ringleader is 3 in a red for a goblin with haste. It is a 2/2, and it says when it enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of your library, put all goblin cards from among them into your hand.
So where would you see this being played in?
This makes me this makes me look at more of the typal deck. Hope to see like more typal decks that don't include like the goblin combo. I would hope to see more just like value cards. This is a very value driven
I
card.
could see Mogwarts playing like 1 or 2 of these.
Yeah,
too,
it would. They would
honestly.
definitely play.
Yeah,
this
because
card.
it just
For sure.
defines.
I mean, you
1
already
or 2 pieces of
you
your combo. Sick.
already play Matron in your deck, which is, I mean, yes, it's searching for a specific goblin, but just getting raw cards in your hand is really good too. And this can also help cut down on the number of like dispute effects that you actually need, because if you actually just put a body into play that's drawing 2 to 3 cards, that's better than a spell drawing 2 to 3 cards.
Is it a 2/2 haste or a 3/3 haste?
It's a 2/2 haste.
2/2 haste. Nice,
2/2 haste
nice.
for 4.
Yeah.
So it's not like
Great, but
it's not
yeah.
overwhelming.
It's the cards.
But it's not like super underwhelming. It's the amount of cards you're hoping to pick up off of it, because we already have like this kind of effect in Elves and like the Walls deck. We have the Winding Way and Lead the Stampede, and just tacking on, or you're looking at fewer cards with this than Lead the Stampede, but in return you get one more with 1 mana more, and you get a 2/2 with haste.
That's a goblin, which could be relevant. Depending on what you're doing. You can sacrifice it to a goblin grenade. I think like goblins would be such a cool archetype, because right now like the red deck is just like all 1-drops. It's mono red drops or 1-drops,
and they almost are they're all goblins.
Yeah, so it'd be like really cool if there was like Elves has the typal synergy within like tap to give a creature +X/+X, or elf number X, where X number elves you control, tap and add mana for elves.
No, it's tap for the number of elves in play.
My bad, sorry. Older Magic cards, but like you have those elvish synergies versus like goblins. Correct. The only synergies that they really have together is like Matron finds a goblin, and then you can sacrifice a goblin for 1 red and deal 5 damage with Goblin Grenade. Like if we had a goblin,
Goblin Sledder's popping up more and more now.
Oh, that's true.
Goblin
That's
Sledder
true.
is a good one.
See, and like stuff like that would be cool with that.
So my question is, if what is it, Putrid Goblin? If Putrid Goblin didn't exist, what would that deck look like?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it would look very different, but like, are we still trying to like? Does the deck look different? Is it playing like Kadoltha plus like Skirk Prospector to try to like ramp into the ringleader, or so on and so forth?
You could play, if you're ramping, you could play Lotus Petals. You could play what's the plunge? It's from Innistrad, the single red mana,
Infernal
sacrifice
Plunge?
a creature, make 3 mana.
Infernal Plunge.
Yeah, red mana, sack a creature, add 3. It's red dark ritual, but you have to sacrifice a creature.
Oh yeah, I was thinking, I'm like, why don't you play Dark Ritual? But you were saying red, not black.
For
like Dark
like,
Ritual.
Yeah, like James is positive, or like you guys are positing,
Mm-hmm.
like if you remove the black cards from the deck, what does the Goblins deck look like? I think that could be cool too.
Yeah. And like just have an aggressive deck that isn't just 1-drops would be cool.
Yeah.
I like that card.
So what are we giving it?
What are you giving it out? What are you giving it? Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot for a 3.5.
I'm gonna give us a 4.
I'll go with James on 3.5. I would like to see this.
I like this card a lot.
Would be sick.
Goblins are probably my favorite creature type. The red card I got is one of my favorite cards. It is Flame Tongue Kavu. For 3 in a red, you get a 4/2 creature Kavu. When Flame Tongue Kavu enters, it deals 4 damage to target creature. It's a 4 mana 4/2. ETB kill something. That's dope. I love this card. I see this getting slot into like a Boros Ephemerate deck. Like you're just this value town playing core Skyfishers, Flame Tongue Kavus, Ephemerate Loop with the Ardent Elementalist. Yeah, you're just this value deck using creature ETBs. And like, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think we have anything close to an FTK in the format besides Meteor Golem?
No,
Meteor Golem's an uncommon.
Yeah, the closest thing we have isn't even a creature.
Yeah, but I was thinking of that rock.
It's the Runaway Boulder.
Yeah, like we don't really
deck.
have like a kill a creature or deal damage on a stick, or at least it's like so overcosted we don't
certainly
ever
not
see
creature
it get played.
like Tithing Blade, but it just like
that's on
it's
an
not a
artifact
creature.
stick. I want on a creature stick.
Yeah, how far have we come from like from Flame Tongue Kavu as far as like creatures are concerned? I mean, we moved over to just straight destruction of a creature. We've moved into
we've seen Skin Render and Mirrodin. We've seen Chupacabra.
Driving Chupacabra from Ixalan and things of that guild. But like, we've got so many of these effects that this is not even the best one anymore.
No,
but it's such a nostalgic card that it literally just lives in cubes at this point.
And 4/2, like 4, getting in for 4 is nothing to like scoff at. That's like a good clock. And we talked about this a little, but before, I'm stealing this from the Receivables from Cedric and Patrick. Like they talk, because I wasn't around when this was in Standard or anything, obviously, and I was around. I was like 1, but I wasn't playing the game yet.
It's weird to think about pieces of cardboard being older than you.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. I don't know when the set came out. Anyway, the card was so good that
2001.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was like 1 or 2. So this card was so good that it became a thing, the FTK test. Like, you couldn't put a creature in your deck unless it could survive FTK. So it either being bigger than 4 damage or having pro red. And so that became such a prevalent thing, FTK became not good anymore. So people started playing FTK. If a card was so good, it stopped seeing play. You're going to hear James tapping croissant in the background. That little rant. But that's okay. That's funny. I don't know. I really like this card. I think it's super sick. I'm going to give it a 4. I'm loving the 4.
Because it deals 4 damage.
Exactly. It costs 4 mana, deals 4 damage, has 4 power. It gets a 4.
I'm going to go with like a 2.5. I could see. I don't think it's as likely, but if they did put it in the format, I don't think it would be that bad. It would be good, but I don't think it would be like format
like it doesn't even it on rate does not even kill Murmuring Mystic. Like
no,
right on
it doesn't
right
kill
off
a
the, right
terror,
off the bat.
doesn't kill Kermag Angler, doesn't kill
Exactly.
Troll.
It's just, and it's hard to find this in a limited set as a common. Would be really, it would have to be like a commander set. Like I think this would only be fine
set
as
or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be fine as like a common in a commander set.
I mean,
if someone gets like 3 of these in a draft pool, that's pretty nuts in a master set.
I mean, we've gone down from rares to commons before in these master sets. It's not entirely unreasonable.
No, I agree.
With things like Mortician Beetle and Elvish Vanguard over the years, they've seen some major downshifts like that.
What's the next color? What comes after red?
Yeah. Oh, Thomas didn't have a green card. I do.
Yeah, your green card is good enough for both of us.
Cool. So for my green card, I picked along the lines of some new cards that got injected into the format from MH3. I have Long Tusk Cub. For those who do not know what Long Tusk Cub is, it is 1 and a green for a 2/2. It says whenever it deals combat damage, you gain 2 energy, and it says pay 2 energy, put a +1/+1 counter on it.
Are you guys a fan of this card or something?
I played a lot of this card in Standard.
It's funny because, like, as an outsider who did not play Standard at this point in time, this card does not seem good.
It was a house.
It's like it was like the Tarmogoyf of that Standard. It was pretty good.
That card was secretly the biggest card in the energy deck.
That's funny.
Like secretly, because it outclassed everything. Because it was way faster to get down than like a Bristling Hydra, and it just grew so quickly. They're like, oh, I'm not gonna waste my energy on this little 2/2. Or I'm not going to waste all this time or effort to kill a 2/2.
Let's just skip the energy. Let's just put Tarmogoyf straight to Pauper.
No.
I like that idea.
I do too.
Put that out on the limb. I like
It'd be
that
so
idea.
cool. I love it.
I don't know if you can ever actually print the card Tarmogoyf as a common. Just like in
it's really
I don't know
sad.
what set that
so
would be.
Okay. It'd be so okay, but it's just such a fine card now. But back to this card. I think it'd be cool to have something as an energy enabler and payoff, because we were talking about like we don't have like the bestest of payoffs. Like you have Jolted Awake, which isn't anything like crazy.
So, harkening back to the energy deck of the day, the other cards that would have been on the plate for something like this treatment, like a common treatment, would have been like Whirler Virtuoso or Rogue Refiner, and one of them draws a card and gains energy, and the other one makes 1,000,000 tokens over the course of a game, and I don't think you really want that one. Like that one would be the most heinous of them.
How does it get? Is that Whirler Rogue?
Whirler Rogue, and also so when it enters it gains 3 energy like immediately. This one doesn't. This one does not create energy upon entering. You have to start dealing.
Yeah, it needs
damage
to use the energy.
So that's my. That's my.
But it's
big thing.
recursive. That's what's good about it.
It is, but it's also pretty easily dealt with by a lot of the format.
It takes a little bit for it to get out of like it needs to connect. Is it pay 1 energy, put a counter on it?
No. It's pay 2 energy. So when it connects, it's basically going to deal damage, put a counter on it.
Okay,
basically.
got you.
Unless you start using like Galvanic Discharge and Jolted Awake and Tune a Narrative and all these cards.
So it can skip bolt range pretty quick.
Tune with Aether,
it could skip bolt range pretty quick, but it still gets hit by everything else like cast down.
I mean, the same argument goes for however many creatures in the format.
True.
So I think this card is like totally fine. I do not think it would be that bad at all.
No, I agree. I think this would be fine. Just Yeah, I think it'd be cool. Like, because we just don't have like a super good energy cards right now. Like, they're good energy cards, but they're not like
the best energy card
deck.
The best energy card we have currently is just Galvanic Discharge.
Yeah, and you know what I mean. Like, they're energy cards, yes, but they're not like
there's no like
build an
payoff
energy
for
deck.
doing this.
Yeah, like
I agree.
please build me like really bad.
I tried, but it's not good.
So I will rate this. I will give this a solid 5.
Unlikelihood of it coming a solid 5.
At some point, yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
because if they've already like gone this far as to like put a better card that is already an uncommon in Harness Lightning to Galvanic Discharge, like Galvanic Discharge is a better card. It's not close. Like, why couldn't you just put this card down to a common?
I'd give it like a 2.5 or 3. I just don't know when it would happen, like kind of thing. Like in what set kind of thing.
Biasing towards
that's the only
when as
problem.
opposed to why.
Yeah.
Because when are
That's
we getting
fair.
another like energy based draft format or something?
Mm-hmm. And that they reprint and have a reason to reprint this card kind of thing. For I guess
Right.
for the limited environment. So that's more my reason. I think it'd be
I'm-
perfectly fine.
yeah.
And, like I think it'd be a cool card.
I'm gonna go with 4. I'm gonna lean more towards with James of like I think it like in the format it would be great. I think if of any energy cards to be downshifted, I think it's a very likely candidate. But I do agree that it's not a full 5 because I do agree. I'm with Cameron on the I don't know exactly when it would happen. So
I'd back down on to a 4 for that purpose alone.
okay, cool.
You get knocked down and you get up again.
Cameron,
What
What is your green card?
I get knocked down, but I get up again. Thumpa Wumpa.
That was my favorite song when I was 6.
Oh, good song. My green card is I'm gonna go with Death Bonnet Sprout. So much text in this card for such one little magic card. So it is a uncommon from Midnight Hunt. It is a green mana for a 1/1 creature fungus. At the beginning of your upkeep, mill a card. If there are 3 or more creature cards in your graveyard, transform Death Bonnet Sprout. Its transform side is Death Bonnet Hulk. And it's a 3/3. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may exile a card from a graveyard. If a creature card was exiled this way, put a +1/+1 counter on Death Bonnet Hulk. So it's a 1/1 that mills a card in your upkeep for 1 mana, and if there's 3 or more on your upkeep, it's a 3/3 that eats something and grows. I like it. I think it's a cool card.
I like it too.
I like the graveyard I like the idea of a graveyard strategy getting more. This is an enabler and a payoff in one card, which I'm a big fan of, like the graveyard synergies getting more. And it's like one card isn't anything huge, but I think it's enough that it's like Dredge or Pauper's Dredge would play this. And then you could start doing.
Yeah, it's a nice card
Other
for Dredge
cards.
to have something that grows with not a lot of stuff in your graveyard, where Dredge like eventually wants to get to the point where you have like a bunch of stuff going. This would be a nice way to like get started and start having a threat early that can
Yeah,
clock
it's
in.
just get that early beats in would be
Because
nice.
currently the Dredge deck doesn't have a 1-drop.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. I didn't
Outside
think
of
about
like
It doesn't have a
Rubble
one-drop.
Maverick or whatever,
Oh,
I mean, I think, I mean,
but even that.
it doesn't have a. I'm sorry, it's got one drop. My apologies.
one wonder up.
one drop. Make it 2.
Yeah, it's just a cute card. Like, it's pretty obvious what it would slot into. Give us this in Stitcher Supplier.
Incorrect. No Stitcher Supplier.
What?
No.
No, a
No.
Stitcher Supplier would be so sick though.
Oh, it'd be so cool. I'm gonna give us a 4. Death Bronze Sprout. I'm not going too hard.
Give it a 2.5.
Yeah,
I'll give it a 3.
look at him. He's just a little mushroom guy.
Yeah, I get it.
He is
He's
cute.
so cute. I like him. Thomas, you got a gold card?
I do have a gold card. I have a sweet one. This is Kasali Ambusher. It is 1 green white for a 2/3. It's a cat warrior. It has reach, and it says, if a creature is attacking you and you control a forest and a plains, you may play Kasali Ambusher without paying its mana cost and as though it had flash. I was thinking about free spells in Pauper alongside when we were looking. I was doing like research for this episode, and I stumbled upon this card, and I thought, wow, there isn't really like a green-white sort of like beatdown style deck in the format, and I think having a free way for a deck like that to be able to throw a body in front of like refurbished familiars or trade with flip delvers if you needed to or something like that, just to put a body in play just out of nowhere like that. I think that's a cool kind of free spell to have, and requiring them to be attacking you and you'd have a forest and plains, that's a lot of requirements in order for it to be free. And just like 3 mana 2/3 reach is like not the best stats in the formats, but like with the extra text, I think is cool. I think it'd be cool. It's an ambusher.
I think it's super cool. I think it's a fun trick to have, and it like makes, if your opponent sees you have a forest and a plains, and if you have the one type land that's a forest plains, that counts, correct?
Yep.
So like you play that, and like your Kadoltha opponent, and it's just good protection. Maybe your Kadoltha opponent has the nuts, and it's their turn too, and they Kadoltha their artifact, and now they're gonna kick a bushwhacker or whatever, and it's like, oh man, am I gonna take 6 here? But it's like, at least I have this mage or this Quasali. I can't say the ambusher. I had mage. I was saying Quasali. How do you say that word?
Kasali. Yeah.
Kasali. I was thinking of Pride Mage for a second.
Yeah.
But at least I have this
Also a card legal in this format.
Yeah. Oh, weird. I don't think about that very often. At least it's like a 2/3, so it blocks the Kadoltha Goblin, and then it trades, or
you
it
can
eats
block
one,
the
but you still,
bushwhacker.
you still take 6, but like,
block whatever.
hey, at least
whatever
they,
2/1 you want. You can block whatever 2/1 you want, baby.
like, you still take 6, but it's like, hey, at least you're starting to eat at their board, and they have to think about their attacks now.
So my thought is, there used to be a deck in the format. It was kind of a fringy deck, but it was like a domain deck that played, I can't remember the exact enchantment that goes with it, but there's an enchantment that makes a land all 5 types.
Okay.
And basically turns like your it's a 3-drop green creature. It's like an X3 or something like that, and then it gets plus X plus O equal to your domain. So it's like a 5/3 for 3 or something.
Are you talking
like
about
that.
the Dominaria card?
No, it's an older card.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember the card exactly, but there it was like a zoo deck basically. So it played like the Curd Apes and played
Like Wild Nacattles and
The
Wild
Lynx,
Nacatl and
the White Lynx.
Yeah, the white one, and it played Kasali Pride Mage back in the day. So
Did it not play Binding? Leyline Binding?
I'm going no.
Did it not play Territorial Kavu?
Nah.
This deck sounds bad. No,
This was a deck back in the day. I do
Flames
remember it
isn't
existing.
Common, is it?
Tribal Flames is a common, baby.
It sure is, because it was also another card played in that deck.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah,
bring
a
it back,
domain
baby.
pauper deck would
Let's
be
bring
pretty
it back.
I mean, it exists. I mean, it's a deck you can play. It's just not great.
A boost to the domain pauper deck would be really cool.
Yeah, like having a way to make it where it doesn't have to function off a single enchantment.
Yeah,
that would be great.
Yeah. That'd be really cool.
Where we have a card like, I don't know, what's the Dawnbringer Cleric? It just blows it up
Yeah,
immediately.
you just incidentally just like put that in
Just
your
blow
graveyard.
it up. Yeah.
That'd be. I like this card. I think it's cool. Like, it's a free spell that's similar-ish vein to like a Snuff Owl in a way. Like, you don't pay the life, but it's like nice insurance, and it's not like it'll buy you out of a combo. Like, this does nothing in the face of Glee Scale or Gleeful combo, whatever we want to. Brood Scale combos. What are we calling it? Brood Scale combo.
All of those
Glee
are
combo. Yeah. Deck of many names. Does nothing in the face of like the creature combo decks, but like right now it's like you don't really get super punished for tacky. So that's nice.
Yeah. Block sneaky snackers.
What would you rate this? Yeah. What would you rate this, Thomas?
I'll give it a 4.
Mm-hmm. I'll give it a 3.5. I like this card. This card's really cool.
Might be closer to a 3, but I think it'd be cool.
Trying to think of the context in which this would get reprinted.
Yeah, but I guess that's like the biggest thing.
But barring that, I think this is like a totally fine card at like a 4, or somewhere in that range.
Heck yeah.
Giving like green-white aggressive decks a boost in some capacity would be great.
Yeah, we talked about that like a little bit. Like, green-white is whole shtick is kind of boggles. Like, we've seen, I've seen Sai, someone from the Game Cave, like the Prodigy kid. Yeah, they've played. I've seen them play like Arbor Elf, Utopia Sprawl, Wild Growth with Avenging Hunter and Goliath Paladin, and I'm like, that's really cool. I saw them like, why is that not too big of a thing? That's super dope.
It pops up every once in a while.
Yeah, but stuff like that's really, really cool. But they were just like straight Celestia. I've seen like the red version too, but like they were just straight Celestia. It was really cool. Yeah, I like that. Hippo, do you have a gold card you would like to share?
I sure do. So we already have a card like this, or in this cycle, that did get downshifted to Pauper. And talking about Is It Charm is the card that got downshifted. The card I'm brought to the table today is Rakdos Charm. For those who don't know what Rakdos Charm does, it is red-black for an instant, and it says, destroy target artifact, exile target player's graveyard, and each creature deals 1 damage to its controller.
This card is so sick.
I like this card a lot. It put an off-topic thought in my brain that I'll get back to later. But
So all 3 of these abilities are relevant. Like obviously the destroy artifact is insane in Pauper.
Yeah.
Exiling the graveyard is very good against one of the big baddies of the form, or 2 of the big baddies of the format in Terror. Or actually, 3 baddies of the format 2 baddies of the format, Terror and Affinity, because
it does so much though. Like Blood Fountains, like Gardens
Exactly.
plays Blood Fountain.
Yeah.
Affinity plays Blood Fountain. Glee Scale plays Blood Fountain.
There's
like so
sneaky
if they
snackers
go
running
in
around.
evolution,
Yeah.
they're sneaky. Like hitting everything is a little bit of a graveyard deck. It seems like.
yeah, even the like decks you don't think about, like the white deck. Like the white deck plays Prismatic Strands.
Yeah,
and
it's just exactly. It's just that
Battle
mode
Screech.
is never dead.
that
Against pawns, so it's dead.
and then the last ability of each creature dealing 1 damage to its controller. That's not irrelevant either. That's like really cool. It's like a really sweet sideboard card for like the Madness deck. Like you just play against like Kadoltha, and you're like they just spew out like 6 or 7 tokens, and then you're like, oh, this is a deal 7.
Yeah,
Awesome, you're
Yeah.
dead.
against Glee Scale, if they double Sadistic Glee on a Bird Scale and they make infinite creatures, that just kills them.
It does.
Kills Mogwarts.
It does.
So that's really funny.
It stops Mogwarts with triggers on the stack and stuff too, with exiling the graveyard.
Go to combat. Yeah, beginning of combat. You're dead.
Yeah, no, I think this is also works against Murmuring Mystic. That's pretty sweet.
Oh yeah, it was a good card.
Or against
Yeah.
the hopeful young Pyromancer.
There you go.
That's funny. I like this card. It's just very versatile. I think it's perfectly fine. Like we have Is It Charm already?
Yeah, it's a charm sees literal 0 play. Like the card does not see play.
Yeah, it's just so
I mean, it's a fine card.
time has passed it.
There's nothing wrong with that card. It's what a draw 2, discard 2, counter a non-creature for 2, and then deal 2 to a creature.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's fine.
2 mana Quint, Shock, or Looting.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
seems
it
totally
sounds
fine.
good on paper. Yeah, just see 0 play. It's just like that's not what the Is It deck's about. The format.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think if
So
there
that
was
makes
an Izzet deck that wanted to go like super hard on Sneaky Snacker,
like
like
the
something
Terror
that
deck.
like resembles like Phoenix and Pioneer, like that could be a home for Izzet Charm.
I think
But we're not
Terror
here
wants
for Is It Charm. We're here for the
Rakdos
Rakdos
Charm.
charm. Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah, I
This
just-
I honestly
is
think
super
I
versatile,
honestly
super
think
versatile.
all of the charms are completely fine. If you ask me,
Yeah.
I think they're all completely fine.
I agree.
Especially since seeing the one downshifted, which was one of the better ones back in the day.
Yep.
Seeing literal 0 play
Like
is
that and Azorius Charm were probably like the most played ones. Is that right?
Yep.
And there's 4 that actually saw a fair amount of play. Those
Golgari
2,
and
then
Selesnya.
Well, I was gonna say Boros Charm was huge.
Oh,
oh my God.
Boros
Yeah.
Charm.
I forget
Boros
Boros
Charm
Charm
more
is
so
a
in
part of
modern.
that
See,
set.
I'm
Boros-
thinking standard of that era.
Oh, I was also
was
thinking
too.
standard. It was in a
That's
combo
fair.
deck.
That's fair. It's true.
It was in
You
the Boros
make your
Reckoner combo
Reckoner-
deck.
Yeah. You make your Boros Reckoner indestructible, and you just
It's top 8 at a PT.
It's more than I've done.
it won a PC.
Um,
I don't know if with the Boros Charm, but the
Was
Boros
that
Reckoner
Was that combo in the deck?
in Tom
He's saying
Martell's
Boros
deck.
Charm.
Yeah, he had Boros Reckoner Blasphemous Act.
Oh yeah, it did win a PT. I'm sorry, I was thinking about the combo
Yeah.
deck, but yeah, he did play that
Yeah,
card.
yeah. I don't know if Boros Charm was in there, but
that's funny.
Because
Look
the
at us-
Falcon Wrath
look at us
Aristocrat
talk
can
about
already
one-
protect
He played
itself with indestructible.
He played
This-
Orzhov Charm in his
This
deck.
Rakdos Charm
Yes.
has got us talking about like 6 different cards at once.
But no, I think
2013
that is like the most
standard.
culturally relevant to the format.
Yeah, I could see all these being put in.
Yeah.
Boros Charm might be a little
That
scary.
one might be a little bit egregious.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
that might be a little
sketch.
scary. I guess like the mono red deck is so good because it's all 1-drops and it doesn't play any tap lands. So like if it has to start playing tap lands, it's kind of nice. I mean, maybe it just plays like 4 Chromatic Stars and like 1 tap land just to cast these. But
Or you get the new Duskmorn dual lands that enter untapped if a player has 13 or less life.
yeah, those
Play
are
the
funny.
Boros
That's
ones.
true. Those
Yeah.
are. Those
We'll
are
talk about
hilarious.
those in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think Rakdos Charm is like the most relevant to the format as far as like what it's doing versus the format. I think the one's super sweet.
I'm in for a 4.
I'd give it a 5.
I'll give it a 5. I think it's.
I think
it's fine.
this will get printed in the format
I think
eventually.
if some number of the charms will, yes, I agree. What context? Not exactly sure there, but
Artifact or no? I have a gold card. I switched up my gold card for since second recording because
Ooh.
I brought something that'll get more emotion out of you too. I chose Sin Collector.
Ooh.
1 white black for a 2/1 creature human cleric. When Sin Collector enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose an instant or sorcery card from it and exile that card.
I have played this card a lot.
I've
in
never
my day.
casted this card.
I've casted
but it's in my peasant queue, and I can't wait to play it.
I've cast this card a lot as your resident Death and Taxes player.
How
I've cast this card a lot.
how annoying would this an ephemerate be though?
Oh, I agree. It would be very annoying.
Be
It would be
sick.
very
I
cool.
like
though.
it. It
I think
would.
I think this
It
card.
would.
I think this card in a very. This is just like a super mid-rangey card. It's a super sick card. I love this.
I love ephemerate piles. Now you can be a Mardu ephemerate pile. You play 4 Sin Collectors, 4 Flame Tongue Kavus. That'd be
Oh, God.
sexy.
That's
Sexy.
that is a curve. No, I like Sin Collector a lot. That's always been kind of a pet card. If we're talking about like
Oh, it's
2013 standard.
Super sweet. Wait a minute. I think we're talking about 2019 modern. Are you kidding?
Hey, whoa.
See, I didn't play.
Those
at
were
this
my
point,
streets.
and it's still like same thing with FTK. For some reason, even though I wasn't there, this card gives me so much nostalgia, and like just because it has such like a big pedigree in Magic, and it's like, man, this card was just like the nuts back then. It's just like that's awesome, that's sick. This card is cool, and it's like such a. Austin and I were talking about that at work. He's like, what are like he asked the question. It's a little different. He's like, what are some modern Magic designs that you just look at and you're like, man, that's just such a clean design and it's not overpowered. And there's not like a few of those anymore, but I thought a Sin Collector, like it's not a mod. I wouldn't say it's a modern card design. Like he was saying like more recent, but I'm like, man, Sin Collector is just such a clean card. FTK is such a clean card, but like we talked about stuff like Fell and Make Disappear, how those are just like cleaner cards now. And it's just this card reads so nice. It's dope. I think it would fit into like a black-white ephemerate shell really well, and it might piss off your Garden's opponent and just shred their hand. This would just eat Gardens for breakfast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, at the very least, it's a 2-for-1 if they kill it on the board.
Because now you don't have to play Duress. You just get to play.
Novice would shred their
You just
hand.
get to play an actual creature that does the thing. Yeah, it'd be really sick.
This would be disgusting against like the Pauper control decks. So maybe like this doesn't line up well against Pauper control decks just because they're not really armed to beat that. It can still be counterspell and stuff, but
Yeah, I mean it's a 3-mana 2/1, right?
Yeah.
but when you're playing like these these terror control decks with counter spells, it's like turn 3 isn't the turn unless you're playing against like Gleescaler or something. But even then, not always. It's like turn 3 isn't like the pivotal turn where it's like, oh man, I really got to hold up counter magic. It's like, no, I can like play a Thought Scour and play terror this turn, and then here out I will hold up counter magic. Like this is just pretty quick for Pauper. You know what I mean?
It's true.
So for those reasons, I'm gonna give it a 2.
I'll give it a 2.5. I can see it a little bit more. I think it'd be totally fine.
I'll be the most
I could
generous
definitely
one here and give it a 3.
Yeah, I could definitely see this being printed at Common in like a Master's draft set.
It'd be so strong. It'd be sick.
Yeah.
It's a cool card for it to be strong, and it's like it is 2 colors, so it's not like it wouldn't be like take over. I don't think it wouldn't be like oppressive as like a cranial ram or something. All right, do we have any artifacts?
I have one.
I will refrain from mine.
No, boo! I wanted to talk about it again.
Artifacts.
We can talk about it again.
What's Thomas's artifact first?
Mine is a Stone of Eric. Let me pull it up here.
Who's Eric?
Someone
Like
from the Lord of the
E-R-I-C?
Rings. ERECH.
That's not how you spell Eric. Shout out to all the Erics listening.
Eric.
You get your
maybe.
own stone.
I don't know. Stone of Eric.
What about a stone of Thomas?
Anyway, it's a 1-mana legendary artifact from Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle-earth. It says, if a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. And it has 2 mana, tap, sacrifice it, exile target player's graveyard, draw a card. So it's similar to Relic in that way, where you can just like exile a 1 yard and then you replace it with a card. But one thing that I had talked about when we did the first half of our downshifts, when I talked about Witch's Oven and looping with Cauldron Familiar, I think you could only downshift something like that into the format if you added a way to permanently deal with creatures being exiled, something that sticks on the board and keeps things exiled. Because we don't really have anything like that in Pauper. We talked about Dryad Militant, exiling instants and sorceries permanently while it's in play, and that would be kind of cool because it's just kind of niche. It's like really good against terror, and then, you know, maybe someone doesn't get to flashback their Eviscerator's Insight or something every once in a while, and otherwise it just kind of doesn't have a text box, but like it would come up. And I think that I don't know if this is too powerful to have in the format to just like have something sit in play and just totally invalidate like things like Dredge, anything else playing with creatures in the graveyard, anything like that. But I think if you want to have a graveyard hoser like this, it needs to be in Pauper. I think it just needs to be specific card types. I don't think you can just have something that exiles everything, because I think that would be too powerful. So this
or
this
a certain color too.
Yeah, or it
not
need to
colorless.
Yeah. Certainly not colorless. So if you want a colorless like graveyard hoser or something like that, this is kind of my presentation of that.
Mm-hmm. I get what you're saying too. I like the point that you bring up. It's like it probably wouldn't be like the best play patterns for decks like Dredge, just to be like, okay, like Dredge can beat, like Hippo, you said, like you've beaten 3 relics being cracked against you playing Dredge, and it's like it's fun to play through those, and it's like I think that's a fun play pattern where it's like, ah man, I beat like 3 relics, that's a good story. Or sometimes like they pop 1 relic, they play the second relic, and the second relic they need to pop, they just eats 1 card at a time, and that's enough for them. And it sometimes it does, like the relic does do the continuous effect. But like you said, we don't have like a graveyard effect that stops creatures from dying, so like this would stop the brood scale combo. Like right now, relic doesn't do anything against a brood scale combo because it just cares about dying. Like the token still dies and goes to the graveyard, so it's like this would stop that. I'm stuck in a rock and hard place. It's like it would be a nice thing to have ways to stop death triggers, but at the same time, it's like a continuous effect does seem like really brutal. Yeah, it does seem really, really brutal. Especially, is this one cycle?
Yeah, you pay 2 tap, exile a graveyard, and draw a card.
So there's no, and it's legendary, but there's no cost of playing 4 because it cycles.
Right. You just hold the other one in your hand until they blow it up, or you cantrip or
whatever. Or you pop it, draw a card, and play the other one, which isn't exactly like fun. So yeah, I like what you mentioned of like it being more mana, or or like me throwing in like it being colored or something, but some way of stopping the death triggers and a continuous effect would be nice.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, like rest in peace.
That's it.
Peace.
Easy.
No.
Done.
Yeah. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, I'll give a 5.
Gross.
I
would give Stone of Eric, I'd give it like a 3, maybe closer to a 2.5. I think that if they were going to do something like this, like an artifact that dealt with the graveyard in some form of permanence, I think it would need to look something like this, like a specific card type and not everything. Because then Ancient Grudges can still get like milled over, and you can flash back an Ancient Grudge and kill it and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. I would give it like a 1.5.
I'm gonna go further. I'm gonna give it a 1
because it would be.
It cycles.
Mm-hmm.
It cycles. That's the big. I think it's the one big one. 2, it's a legendary that kind of defeats the purpose of Pauper a little bit, and it's also specific to a one set in all of Magic. 2.
Oh yeah,
That's
I
true,
guess
yeah.
like the reprint.
Hard to reprint this.
Eric, your stone might not get reprinted for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is not another point though. It is nice. Like right now, it's like Brood Scale doesn't really have to bring anything for artifact or enchantment hate for like you see that in other formats where it's if you're playing Greasefang Pioneer, it's like, well, my opponent's probably gonna bring in Leyline the Void or Rest in the Peace, so I am gonna bring in these Terror Sunders or Assassin's Trophies to get rid of whatever. And it's like Pauper decks don't really do that too much, where it's like, well, Dredge, I'll just make them pop the first relic and I'll go again. Like they bring in the artifact removal because they want to blow up Affinity's lands most of the time. Like, I think the cycles, is it a Cycle Storm deck or the One Land Spy deck does have to get through a relic, or they can play the one card that says an additional cost to exile, then there's no point where they can relic, or they have to relic really early. So there's like a little bit of that play around in that deck, but
that's the One Land Spy deck.
Yeah, One Land Spy deck.
I mean, Cycle Storm can beat relic, but it's really hard.
Yeah. So those are my reasons. Do you have an artifact, Hippo?
I sure do. I'm going to go with Colossus Hammer. I'm just kidding.
10. It's a scale of 5.
10.
Just get
Plus,
it. It gives.
I give it a plus 10 plus 10.
Yeah. But it lost flying.
But
That's
no,
okay.
so my actual ones are the Monument Cycle from Amonkhet. So for those who don't know, all of them are 3-mana artifacts that say say X-colored creature or spells cost 1 less to cast. And then they have some effect attached to them. We'll go with specifically the one that catches my eye. It's the white one, so Catcher's Monument. It says white creatures you control, or white creature spells cost 1 less to cast for you. And then it says whenever you cast a creature spell, create a 1/1 white warrior creature token with vigilance.
I think that'd be way too good a white man lion. Like you just have Thopter Sword.
It'd be
combo
so much
with 2
fun,
cards.
though.
Yeah, it might be fun. I think it would get old pretty quick because like you can't really board wipe it because they just do it again.
You can just kill the
and
artifact.
again. Yeah, that's a die to removal. Yeah, it does die to removal.
No,
You're
that's
correct.
very different than dies to removal.
Is it?
Yeah,
Not
because
dies to removal.
it's bringing in artifact hate versus bringing in a, like, oh, how good is this creature against a kill spell? Those are 2 very different arguments.
It's the same side of the coin.
No, they're 2 different permanent types
Okay.
entirely.
Yeah, artifacts are harder to deal with typically.
Right, and
Cool,
every
we'll kill the white man
sideboard
land.
is full of ways to deal with artifacts because Affinity is the best deck in the
Yeah.
format.
Yeah, I get that, but I just think this combo would be too good. I don't know. Like Affinity's the best deck in the format. It continues like to win challenges, but there's still artifact hate.
Right, because you
running
have to,
around.
or
It's
else you're
not
going to
like-
lose.
Yeah. Same thing with this. Like it could still be the best deck in the format, even though there's a bunch of artifact hate.
I don't think a bunch of tokens on the ground is going to be has the potential to be the best deck in the format.
Dude, I'm gonna brew a deck around this, and we're gonna play some games.
If
Okay.
you wanted to,
I'm gonna stomp you.
You will
you want to
lose.
look at some of the other colors that we have.
Good luck resolving Oketcher's Monument.
Thank you. I'll need it.
Yeah, the green one gives like +2/+2 trample. The black one drains when you cast a creature. The red one, I think, rummages when
yep.
when you cast a creature.
Would you say the black one does drains?
It drains. Yeah.
That's cute. And it's not the corresponding creature color. It's any creature.
Any creature spell, yeah. It just discounts the
but
creature
it makes
of that color.
But it makes the one, yeah.
I'm not familiar with I'm most familiar with the Catcher Monument because like you do see that combo in some cubes and stuff. Do the other 4 did those see play at all in like standard? Were they like good limited cards of a time?
I know that the black one sees play in Commander a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's
the
not
black
a real
one's like
format.
$5
Okay.
because of Commander.
Wow, really?
Yep.
Yeah, it's funny because actually, so about a year ago, who was it? Hunter made a bet with somebody. I think it was Craig, and said that these are going to be worth X amount of dollars by X amount of time. They weren't quite worth that much by that time, but he far and away exceeded what the actual price of them was by now.
That's funny. That's really funny.
Yeah, it's like these are going to be worth this much money.
Mm-hmm.
That was super funny. But no, the monument cycle. I think it'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I think like 4 of the 5 are just like perfectly fine to have around.
No, you need
Like
the whole
just two
cycle,
little
baby.
rounds and
think
Whole
stuff.
cycle,
What is
baby.
I don't even remember I don't actually remember what the blue one does right off the top of my head.
Me neither.
I'm going to look it up.
You brought it.
Cool. I was like, that's the one I don't remember.
Your cards. Who is it? Hazaret? No, Hazaret.
Kefnet's
It's
Monument.
Kefnet's Monument.
Whenever you cast a creature spell, target creature an opponent controls doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. So just stun something.
Huh.
Which is
Okay.
like whatever.
Puts a stun counter on something.
Yeah, that's like super medium. That's the worst of them, I think. I think the red one's better.
What would you rate this?
If we're going with specifically Catcher's Monument, which is the one that like kind of caught my eye, I think this has a non-0% chance. So I'm gonna go with like a 2.5.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a 2, but boy howdy, it would be so much fun.
I'm gonna give it a 0.5.
How much fun?
So much fun.
He said a word.
I can say whatever
He
the
said
hell
naughty
I
word.
want.
All right, Cameron, do you have an artifact for us?
You have artifact?
No, not really. I'll skip
Cool.
mine.
Okay.
Well,
I'm not
I
super
have
excited about mine.
I have some lands. If we can talk about some lands then.
The Shocklands?
I have a land as well.
Yo, that would be too powerful.
No. That would be messed up. It's
Yeah,
not,
no.
It wouldn't be our format.
I have a whole land cycle. They are the temples from the Theros blocks. These are tap lands. They enter the battlefield tapped. They tap for either color of the color pair, and when they enter, you scry one. So I think doing something like a surveil land would probably be a little too powerful. I like that we have like untapped filter surveil lands in the format. That's kind of cool. Like Dredge plays a couple of those and things like that. But I think scry lands are sweet. It would give you another tapped dual land to choose from. I think some of the controlling decks would potentially play a few copies of these and be really happy with them. And the Peasant Cube community has been begging for these to be downshifted at least to uncommon. I mean, you can design your cube however you want, but some people like to stick to what's been printed. So they were like, please reprint the temples at uncommon. So yeah, I think they would be super sweet. I think they'd be a lot of fun. Like I could see these printed as like a common cycle in a Masters draft set. Like I think that would be super sweet.
5. I give us a 5.
Yeah, these are just like so okay.
5
Yeah, these
are
are perfectly fine.
These are so in line with Pauper power level.
Yeah, you've got ones that deal damage to players now.
Mhm.
Like that's huge.
You've had
got
gain
ones that
life
already
for a
gain
long
life.
time.
Yeah, we've had this forever, and then
We have the bounce lands. Like
now
the
you have
bounce
ones that come into play
double lands.
untapped.
Yeah.
So where were we? Oh, lands.
Where are you?
Oh, so you did your lands. Okay.
Yeah, you got one, right?
Julian's. I give him a 5.
Yeah, 5s.
Fives all
Yeah,
around.
5's all around. This is the most we've agreed on any card.
Yeah,
in this
3.
entire thing is
3
these
AF.
temples.
3 AF.
Yeah, these are a give me. So my last one, and it's going to fit along with another pick that I've already made. Is I'm going to choose Aether Hub as my land.
I like this one.
What is Aether Hub?
So Aether Hub, for those who don't know, it's Tindo Icebridge. I'm just kidding. It comes into play. You gain an energy. You can either tap it to add a colorless, or you can tap it to pay an energy to make one of any color. So it's a rainbow land, which is scary, slightly. But it does require a resource that you must cast spells to do. Like, it's kind of... this allows, in my brain, this just allows for more of the, 4-colored nonsense that we've kind of talked off and on about since the release of, MH3. And this just definitely facilitates that pretty nicely.
Yeah, it would be weird. This would be Pauper's first rainbow land without a filter. It's not a filter land or anything. It's just straight up a rainbow land.
Right, but the
Yeah,
decks that aren't
feels-
dedicated
But it
to
could only be played... It would only be played in the energy decks, though.
Yeah.
How many decks
Yeah.
would play... How many non-energy decks would play?
Yeah,
So
that's a
we
big
think-
that's a big cost.
But maybe decks start playing it and they just maybe they're an is it deck already and it's okay, well I can play Tune the Narrative and then I can play Galvanic Discharge and then I can play this and then I could just splash black for whatever card because every once in a while I'll be able to cast my black cards with 4 Aether Hubs and 2 Chromatic Spheres or whatever. It's a slippery slope.
A slippery slope.
Slippery slope.
It's true.
But yep, that's my land.
I think it'd be fine power level line wise. It would just kind of break the so-called spirit of the format with it being a rainbow land
Why?
So that
because we don't have those.
Who decides the spirit of the format?
Whoever downshifts cards to Pauper,
I mean, I guess, but
and they haven't done that. I don't think it looks like they're not going to do that.
well, there are
besides
also
filter
aren't a
lands.
lot of these lands.
Yeah, no, I agree, but I think it'd be fine power wise level. It'd just feel a little weird. I don't know. It's
I don't know. I'm gonna give it a 3.
fetches would probably be fine, but it'd feel weird. No, fetches would not be fine.
No.
We have tap lands, never mind. If we had no typo lands besides basics, but it's it would still feel weird.
Even that.
Oh no, I mean fetches
Yeah.
and formats even without
Yeah, brainstorm Jesus.
is insane.
Yeah, never mind. Retract that. Please just cut that whole thing out. That was just wrong.
Nope.
Trying to
That's
introduce
staying in.
fetch lands into the format, you savage
out
human
you.
being.
You're bad. You're not just wrong. You're stupid. And your mother's ugly. That's from Cat in the Hat. Michael Myers' Cat in the Hat. That is such a good movie.
No, that movie's not.
No,
good.
it is so good, Thomas. You need to get ripped and watch Cat in the Hat. Yeah, you do.
Nah,
yeah.
I've been
That
there,
movie's-
done
it's
that.
a
Don't need to do that
masterpiece.
again.
You've seen Cat in the Hat?
Yeah, don't need to go down.
Masterpiece,
that
right?
path.
Masterpiece, yeah.
I stopped watching it.
I think
because
well,
I
two on
wasn't
one here.
enjoying it.
What? It was such a funny movie.
No.
Yeah, it is. It's okay. It's peak humor.
Anyway,
have you seen that scene?
Moving
Not
on.
just wrong, you're stupid, and you should feel bad.
All right, so
Anyway.
it looks like
Mom's ugly.
I
love
so
that.
this weekend we had 3 different challenges.
Wait, no, we got to transition.
Oh, what? You didn't
We
rate
gotta
the card.
Transition first. No, I gave the card
We
a
didn't even
3.
rate-
Oh yeah, we got to. I'm gonna give it a. I'm gonna give it a 3.
I'm gonna give it
right
a
on
1.
there. Wow.
I'm sorry.
Hey, speak from your
Yeah,
heart.
you're right.
I know.
Yeah.
If anyone listening back home has any downshift shout outs, let us know. Shoot us an email. Let us know what you would downshift.
Text Hippo. His number is. No.
Shall we?
But shall.
All right.
Move on.
Challenge time. All right,
Eggshells.
let's fly through some challenges, boys. On Friday, August 30th, we got 57 players in the Pauper Challenge. In 8th place, Out Zero on Grixis Affinity. In 7th place, Barf on Demir Control. It's a little list that's popping up a little bit more these days. In 6th place, Carrot Eater on Mono Blue Terror. In 5th place, Clion 7 on Mono Red Koldatha. In 4th place, Batu Tinha on Mono Blue Terror. In 3rd place, Pavloval on Jund Gardens. In 2nd place, Subasa Cat on Mono Blue Terror. That's 3 top 8s, not too shabby. And in 1st place, with an 8-1 record, Luffy Do Chapeau de Paula on Grixis Affinity. Playing roughly the list Luffy has been playing, with the 1 Tox Analysis in the main, 2 in the board. I like the 4 Red Blast, 4 Blue Blast in the board. Yeah, Luffy crushing it.
No Glee Scale this combo. No Brood Scale combo.
No, not until you get down to 10th place. We got a black-green copy, piloted by Nick Norman.
Deck's dead. Deck's not good anymore. It's dead. No, I'm kidding.
Oh no,
Yeah,
we
dead.
didn't top 8 a challenge.
A 1 challenge of the weekend. No. I like this Demir Control deck over here by Barf. By Barf.
Yeah.
It's cool. I like it plays 4 Modern Ages and the 4 Sneaky Snackers. It's playing 4 Spellstar Sprites. It's not playing any Ninja, so you're not picking up those Spellstar Sprites. They're just there for the value. And it's playing 0 Terrors, so you're just there. You're going to close out the game with 2 Murmuring Mystics and 2 Thorn of Black Roses. Yeah, so kind of like a weird mix of terror and fairies without terrors and without ninjas.
So it's just a control deck.
Yeah. Just like Blue Black Control deck. We've seen these pop up in the past before. It makes sense. Their counter spells and removal spells are good against the really good creature combo. It's popular and good against lots of things.
It's true.
Turns out.
Quick comment on the Mono Blue Terror lists. It seems that the Deem Inferior lists are becoming the de facto list as opposed to Boomerangs and Force Spikes. We're running Ponders and Deem Inferiors. Still, we also have some Sleep of the Dead tech still, which I'm a big fan of. And I'm excited to play. I think I'm likely to play Mono Blue Terror at the NRG. Very excited.
That makes sense. Good deck.
Cool.
The Demir deck, it has 1 Cryptic Incursion in the sideboard, which is 2 and a black instant. Exile all creature cards from target player's graveyard. You gain 3 life for each card exiled this way.
That card's very good.
Crypt Incursion's a cool card.
Cards. Would you bring that against like burn stuff too? Kill
Oh,
other
yeah.
creatures and gain a bunch of life.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
If that card gained 6 life on it, it's good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
that's
seriously,
true.
if it just gains any life above the rate, it's great.
It's like Weather Storm.
Basically,
Kinda.
Yeah, in a weird way, it is. It reminds me a lot of Weather Storm.
really good.
Yeah, it's not a 0.
Maybe Garden should pick up that card too. Like if you're killing stuff anyway, you know.
Oh, Crypt
I
Incursion?
want to say that
Sure.
I saw a list a long time ago that played that card, but maybe I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to pick up some Kiapis.
I'm
There you
probably
go.
Sure I have approximately 1 million.
Let's move it.
Yeah, let's go to Saturday, August 31st. We got 47 players in this challenge. I want to give a quick shout out in 9th place, Kerblinski, our data friend of the show, on Abzan Food. This is a new list that's popped up a little bit here and there, featuring Carrot Cake and Heaped Harvest from Bloomborough. It's also a Pestilence deck. And a Guardian of the Guild Pack deck. This list is pretty sweet. Just like sacking food, doing like Deadly Dispute things, Cauldron Familiar things. This list is really sweet.
Yeah, the Cauldron Familiar is really cool with.
Oh,
the
it's a
new,
Gates
like,
deck,
Heaped
too.
Harvest and Carrot Cake. Oh, it's a Gate. That's hilarious. That's funny.
Yeah, it's like a Sweet Gates deck.
It's cool that the Cauldron Familiar triggers the Heaped Harvest and Carrot Cake because those
Exactly.
care about when you sacrifice it.
Exactly.
So it's still nice that they get that from it. It's really cool.
Yeah,
I think that's
the fact
huge.
the fact that it's also just a random pestilence deck is awesome.
Oh yeah, like this.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah,
I would
that's
bring this
funny.
to a monthly one of these days. Like this deck is sick.
Oh yeah,
You wouldn't bring it to PT?
Pauper Pro
the
Tour.
Pauper PT.
No,
The Pauper
I would not bring it to NRG. I wouldn't bring it to Paupergeddon. No, probably not, unless it turned out to be really good. Anyway, let's read this top 8 on Saturday. In 8th place, Pavloval on Jund Gardens, back-to-back top 8s. In 7th place, Villela, also on Jund Gardens. In 6th place, Muka 33 on Jund Glee Combo. In 5th place, Ivernop on Gruul Ramp, aka Monsters. In 4th place, Clion 7, back-to-back top 4s with Mono Red Koldatha. In 3rd place, another back-to-back top 4 from Luffy Do Chapeau de Paula on Grixis Affinity. In 2nd place, Purgatory 01 on Mono Red Koldatha. And in 1st place, with a 9-0 record, Discovern on trusty old Mono Blue Terror. And this, I think, is the list that, moving forward, I've been seeing in 5.0s and any lists from Sunday, that Discovern's list is kind of truly becoming the de facto. We just got the Friday lists had a 1-1 split, the Sleep of the Dead. They're just in the board now. We're back up to the full 4 mental note, and we're running the Ponders and the Demon Inferiors. And this is just kind of turning into the stock list. So the according to Magic Online challenge results, the Boomerang versus Demon Inferior argument is concluded. Demon Inferior.
It's never over.
Deem Inferior,
It's never
more
over.
like Deem Superior.
And we and there could be reasons for that. Like Ponza's not as popular. Like maybe
Right.
if Ponza starts like coming up again in huge numbers, like we saw a few weeks ago, maybe it is smart to go back to boomerangs.
Yeah.
because it's really bad once you
Absolutely.
for Ponza if you start boomeranging their lands with Utopia Sprawls and stuff on that.
Right.
like
Like-
that gets really nasty.
Like, there's still a chance I play some number of Boomerangs at the NRG because the paper, like bigger paper popper events, a lot of people don't tend to keep their lists like super updated, like up to date, like we're doing every week. So a lot
and
of
people like to play what they play with
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Like
And if they know
Especially
like Gruul
Pauper.
Ponza as land destruction Ponza, then that's the version they're gonna play, and like that's totally fine. It's still a very good deck.
I can guarantee you there will be one copy of Ponza at the NRG.
That's true. There will be.
yeah. No, you was talking about playing something else. I don't think for NRG, but yeah, it's funny. Pauper's probably one of the last formats where you can still be a deck specialist. Like you can still be a deck specialist in other formats. Don't get me wrong that way, but
You
it's like,
certainly can.
but it's like I'm the affinity guy. You can play and have it be good. You've played affinity for 6 years in Pauper now. For years, you got to play your deck. Elves, years you got to play your deck. Terror, since Terror came out, you got to play your Terror deck. Fairies has always been all right. Like it
I think-
fell off for a little bit and came back, and it's like
I think
that's
this
what's
used to be.
cool.
I think this used to be way more evergreen across Magic.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The intro. I think what
It's just
actually.
not anymore.
I think I can point to a specific set that killed this idea.
Modern Horizons.
The very first Modern Horizon set
Yeah.
absolutely killed
Yeah.
this idea for the rest of the form, basically the rest of the formats.
And now it's funny if you have a deck. We all have TikTok brain now. Like TikTok ruined all of our brains. I sound like a boomer. TikTok killed your brains. You need to go outside
aren't
and read
you
a
the
book.
Zoomer that's
I am.
like never read
yeah.
a Magic article?
Yeah, exactly. It does feel like a little bit we have like short attention spans for Magic because it used to be like, yeah, I'm a Tron guy or I'm a Jund guy, and now it's like, oh my god, Pioneer's so stale. The meta has been the same for a year. Can we please ban everything and like have a fresh meta? Which I get it. The format wasn't very healthy, but you know, it's just weird when people are just like, yeah, the same decks have been good for over 6 months, so we need like a refresher. Then people also are like, man, why can't my decks ever stay the same? And it's like you're shooting yourself in the foot. I don't know. Magic players will complain.
Yeah, I have
think is
grown
the summary.
tired of the complaining about the format argument. Not my words. I've heard Cedric Phillips put it very well. Of like, if you're playing these events, you're opting into the format. So why are you complaining
Yeah.
about it? If you want to win, just play what the best deck is and learn how to play against all the other best decks. Like that's competitive Magic. That's boiled down to it, competitive Magic. You can have competitive Magic mean whatever you want it to mean to you. And to me, it's I want to compete and win and get back on the Pro Tour. And also I want to have fun playing Magic and have fun with my friends. Like that's also important to me. So do I always optimize and play the absolute best deck every time? Honestly, rarely for me. And like that's definitely a leak in my game that I'm looking to shore up over the next year. It's something I want to work on. But that's doesn't mean that I don't want to like also still have fun. So like it depends on what your goals are really.
And it's like the new cards and stuff. It's like you'll feel nostalgia about these new cards eventually. Maybe you'll look back like very fondly on these cards in the past. I think like War Leader's Call. I think that's a card I'm gonna look on the past. Like this card's sick. I love this card.
It's a really cool card.
But anyway, little off topic. It's just nice that Pauper is a place where you can be a deck specialist and that your deck will last a long time and like you can feel safe putting in a time and effort with your deck. And that's why at these paper events, Thomas, which is a long way of saying people like to play the deck that they like put effort in and maybe bought all the foils for.
Unless you're us and like to play a variety of stuff.
And people like to do that too because Pauper's so accessible and cheap.
Yeah, it's very cheap.
So it's like I will switch decks. I can't. It's hard to do that in other formats, but in this format, it's like I can do that and I will do that.
Absolutely. It's very rare that like either of us plays the same thing month to month.
It's true.
Even at locals or whatever.
Yeah, you guys mix it up all the time.
We've got something new coming down the pipeline.
Ooh, I'm excited. Let's move on to Sunday.
Which day was Sunday?
Sunday is September 1st.
I wish it was Sunday.
In 8th place, Brivenix.
'Cause that's my
on Blue Black Fairies. In 7th place, Misplaced Ginger, getting back into Pauper Streets on Grixis Affinity. In 6th place, Hamuda playing Dimir Control. I've seen some people on Twitter call the Dimir Control deck that we talked about from Friday. I've heard some people call it Hamuda, like Blue-Black Hamuda, so I wonder if he's had something to do with the origins of this style that's popping up again. In 5th place, O Danielakos on Dimir Terror. In 4th place, Asahi 2007 on Mono Red Koldatha. In 3rd place, Luffy Do Chapeau DePaula on Grixis Affinity. 3 top 4s with a win. Incredible stuff from Luffy this weekend. In 2nd place, Muka 33, another top 8 on the weekend for them on Jund Glee Combo. And in 1st place, with an 8-1 record, Mogd on Grixis Affinity. I wanted to point out that Mogd's list is a little different from Luffy's. Mogd is on the full 4 Thought cast, is playing Makeshift Munitions, a Cast Down, a Metallic Rebuke, like a little bit like several months ago kind of
No copies of
version.
Toxin Analysis, I think, is a big one.
No Toxin Analysis.
No
That's a
Toxin
card that
Analysis.
Luffy specifically like really, really likes.
Yeah, and 3 Tithing Blade in the board as
No
well.
Toxin Analysis.
So I think that this is a much more like Mogd is playing at such a high level over so many formats that I imagine that this is kind of like just his affinity list that he plays when he plays, and maybe probably updated with the Tithing Blades.
He brought refurbished familiars.
Yeah, upgraded to refurbished familiars for sure.
Yeah,
but I think
they brought those.
Yeah, but so the difference between Luffy's Toxin list is pretty cool here, and I mean it just shows that Affinity is a very good deck in part because you can customize it to attack the format how you want to and still have a very powerful core engine. So I just thought that was cool. I just wanted to point that out.
I like what you said yesterday, Thomas. Mog decided to play a Pauper challenge and won it.
Yeah, he decided to play a Pauper challenge, so he won. It's Mog.
Graced us with their presence.
It's cracked. The Dimir Control deck by Hamuda. He's got a couple kitchen imps in
Lots of blue-black
in their version here.
Such an odd include.
Yeah, I get it. It's just like it plays well if the Hadas play. It can work well for the jumpstart cost or it discarding the card. But it does seem like it goes against the grain of what the deck wants to do.
I mean, it also can hold those for a long time and, like, at some point, like, clock with 2. Mm-hmm. And clocking with 2 with, like, double counterspell backups can be pretty difficult to lose with, right?
Yeah, but if we're talking about, like, 4-mana finishers, isn't Murmuring Mystic just a better 4-mana finisher?
No, this is one that you can deploy for 1 mana.
That's fair.
But you'll never deploy a
it just seems like it's not what the style of the deck wants.
I mean,
to do, is,
I'm
like,
sure there's a
play
purpose.
threat
It
for
could
one
also
mana,
just be a testing.
really.
It could also just be testing. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, I wanted to test this card in a high level or higher level tournament. I want to try it and see what it does.
Well, I'm not like doubting them by any means. It just seems a little out of place to my wimpy eyes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Understandable. I can't. Not everybody can understand greatness when they see it.
I do. I look in the mirror every day.
Yeah, the elves player just decided to once a week show up and give the deck a 60-something% win rate by going 4-2. Not quite making top 8 like usual. That seems to be a recurring theme, which is I love. I think it's funny.
I should play elves.
One day we're gonna see this deck in top 8.
I should.
Oh yeah,
play
we'll
elves.
see it again. We'll see it again
That's what I
sometime.
do.
I mean, the format's very cyclical like that. It's pretty cool.
And
Mono Red had a good
really,
weekend too.
Vagrul Pawn. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
we
Mono Red did pretty well.
tend to skip out on Mono Red a lot just because like the list has been like so like that and Affinity. I feel like we don't always go in depth over. Maybe because like we did a whole episode on Red, and even like since then it's like it got Reckless Lackey, but like the deck's been just like so cemented on like what it does. So it's like we're not gonna like week over week be like, yep, it plays the 18 creatures it plays, you know. And maybe one day we'll give it a little more extra time.
Yeah.
Because Red did have a really, really good weekend. We said its name a lot in the challenges this week.
Correct.
Gruul Ponza. Vagrul deck, either Ponza or Monsters, like we really seen like not have such a big presence. Like it kind of like fell off a little bit. Like I'm sure it's still a fine choice, but it's just very much so less of a meta staple as it abruptly like MH3 comes out, Writhing Chrysalis, and it's like, yeah, this is the deck on the block to beat now. And then it just had its time in the sun, and now it is burned up. Is that a metaphor I can use?
Sure. Burned out. I don't know.
Sansa Monster. Burned
It's probably
out.
accurate
Yeah.
for some games.
Cool.
Any
Reasons why do you think that happened?
I mean, it could be its matchup against Glee. Maybe that's not great because they're
It's horrendous.
especially the Jund versions that are playing the indestructible artifact lands. Like, and even then, like Gruul adjusted and switched to just like a rampy monsters build, and even then, just like ramping into a few monsters and not having
That deck cannot beat.
Yeah, it just gets run over by the combo. Like just a quick combo if they don't have
that
like
deck
lightning bolts on
cannot
their
beat
board.
Glee to save its life.
Yeah,
Unless the powerful Scintillus piles it.
and the Glee pilot gets lucky or unlucky.
Or do you mean the Glee pilot gets unlucky?
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that makes sense. It has like one bad matchup, and then it's just like all these control decks are starting to pop up that can handle killing a 2-for-1 threat. Or an Arbor Elf.
Bolt the bird.
Correct.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on this challenge? Should we go and sign out for the week, or do you guys got any closing thoughts?
The only other thing I have to say is come play with us at NRG September 15th, Sunday, 10:15 a.m. at NRG Louisville. You can find the link to that. We'll include it in the description every week from now till it runs. So like this week and next week, I think. And go pre-register and come play some Pauper with us. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And next week's our hot takes episode. So if you got any scalding hot takes to send us that you want to hear us read live on the pod next week,
Oketra's
and
Monument
disagree or
in
agree with
Pauper.
them, yeah. Gross. But send those takes over to us at commongroundmtgpod@gmail.com. That'll be in the description as well with the NRG sign-up link and our Twitter bios and my social security number all down there for you to use.
What
I
goodies?
know.
Oh, I don't need your social security number. Just give me your credit card number.
Yeah, you don't want that either. But if you enjoy the pod, leave us a review. We keep getting more Spotify reviews and seeing that number go up and up and up and up. I have a certain goal in my mind I want to hit, and we're really close to that goal, so keep pumping them up. I love y'all for that. Any reviews, written reviews, I think Spotify now does. You can like leave comments and written reviews, so if you have any nice, kind words to say, go and leave them there or on Spotify or wherever you listen to.
And then I get to read them live on the pod.
This is facts. Big facts. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, fam.
Thank you, everyone.
I think that a 2-1 for 2 is not a great stat line in. Oh no, it's not a shaman, is it? You're looking.
No,
at me. You're looking
no.
at me
I
weird.
opened my photos for my downshift, and like, sometimes like your iPhone will like sort things and like an album for you, and it was just a donkey. I opened my phone, it was just a donkey.
Looked over, I'm like, oh. Okay.
Hippo looks over and he's just like laughing.
Cool. I'll cut that.
Yeah, I would cut that part too.